Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video for a LeetCode problem called merge sorted array. We're given a two sorted array in ascending order and with the sizes of the array. So, for example, this array contains 6 elements, but in real life experience it's just 3. I know it's kind of confusing, but I'm gonna explain it later. And second array is 3 elements and it provides us 3. So what does that mean? We have given two array, one is bigger than another, and the one that's bigger is always the array number 1, and it will contain the size of the second array plus the size of the first required elements of the first array. I hope I made it more clear. So the problem is we need to merge them together and return, actually not return, the LeetCode provide us with the return by itself, like it wants us to return the array of number 1 but with the correct sequence, with correct order. So how can we do that? Let's see. We have two arrays and we have the size of elements required. So basically we have the index by just decrementing by 1. So for example, if we have the array, first array 1, 2, 3 and the remaining is 0, any number after the last real index is gonna be empty. We can't really access it and compare. And usually the second array is just filled with the size given, so you won't see any array empty as it's at array number 2. So how can we solve this problem given this kind of information? So first we can't really return a new array, but if it's possible to use another array, and with the help of the new array we can re-implement the first array by adding or replacing the old values with the new one. So my solution I came up with, I made a clone of the array number 1 and called it temp, and it will be containing the same characteristics from the array number 1, which is always maximum, and we can access it and free, and it has the same real last real index. So how can we solve it? First we need to compare between the first element in the first array and the first element in the second array. So for example, here we have an element with value of 1 and value 2. Which one is smaller? 1 is smaller than 2, so we will take the smaller one, and we're moving the current first index by 1, which is going to be 1. And in array number 1, which is gonna be returned by LeetCode itself, we will replace the first element, which is already 1, by the element we have chosen, which is 1, and we will move the pointer by 1 and change the index to be replaced. So now we're going to do the same thing again, which is we're comparing 2 by 2. Which one is bigger or smaller? There is no bigger or smaller, they are just equal. So you can take any one if you want. So I'm gonna choose the first one. Now we have incrementing the index, and now just replace this one with the value we have obtained, which is 2, and we increment the index to be added by 1, which is going to be 2, and move the arrow. Alright, so now we're comparing 3 by 2. Which one is smaller? 2 is smaller than 3, so we're moving 1. And we're changing the index of second array by 1. And now we need to replace the array number 1, and we're going to replace this 3 by the value obtained from the previous step, which is 2. And we increment the index by 1, which is going to be 3. And now let's go repeat. 3 is 3 and 5. Which one is smaller? 3 is smaller than 5. Right, so we're gonna go to the next element and increment the index of the first array by 1, which is gonna be 3. Now we're gonna add the value obtained from previous step, which is 3, incremented by 1, which is gonna be 4, and moves the element by 1. And now we're gonna compare 0 and v. Actually, now we have bypassed the last real index of one of the arrays, so we can't really compare, because it's pointless to compare our empty array with the remaining of a real array. So at this point we will just take the remaining of the second array, which is gonna be 5 and 6 here, and just adding them to the array number 1. So we're gonna just add that 5 and just add it 5 here, increment it by 1, which is gonna be 5, then move the pointer here again, it's gonna be 6. Now we're just taking this 6, and I forgot to increment it by 1. Now we're adding this value here, and that's it. There is no more elements in this array, so basically we can't do anything else. And now we have finished our problem. We have got the array, resulted array, which is array number 1 without returning a new array, but we cloned another array. Yeah, but we're not returning the cloned array, we're returning with the array number 1 is already returned by LeetCode itself. So that's it for this problem, and let's get into code.